Hey there and welcome back, guys. I hope you guys are doing good. I certainly am. Today we're gonna do 5 things I love about my B5 S4 and 1 thing I really hate about it. I've owned my B5 for a few months now, so I think I know it enough to talk about. I know all the quirks and features of the car. Is quirks and features trademarked by Doug? I don't know, we're gonna have to look into that. But anyways, while it's standing here, I wanna go over 2 things I love about it whilst it's still standing here. Then we'll do the few things I love about it and the 1 thing I hate about it on the drive. So let's get started. So the first thing I love about my B5 S4 is just its appearance. I think this car looks smart, elegant, and just of its time. It's by far my favorite Audi design. The B5s, they nailed it. It's so simple, yet so good looking. I know a lot of people switch out the grills and stuff for the RS stuff, but I actually really like the S4 grill. It looks really good. It looks really elegant. It looks super boxy, super Audi, and I'm honestly just happy I have one that's in perfect condition. These bumpers alone go for $3,000 sometimes, just because they don't make them anymore, obviously, and there's so many that are torn up. So I actually probably have one of the only good-looking B5 S4 bumpers in Alaska. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it looks really awesome. The 17-inch Avises, I think, look pretty good. I love the Avis itself. I do wish I had the 18s because it just fills the car up a bit more. But even with the 17s, I love the Avis design. Audi OEM wheels look amazing, especially on the new RS5 Competition. Those are probably my favorite OEM wheels ever. Audi never misses with wheels. The back end, I think the back end also looks amazing. Not as good as the front end, but still really good. I just love kind of that curve right there. No, I think that looks really good. And the old school badging looks amazing as well. But overall, just the exterior of the car is just a good looking car. It's super understated, so this car I think definitely qualifies as a sleeper. But absolutely beautiful looking car. So the second thing I love about my B5 S4 is the overall interior. I think this interior is really high quality for its day, but I'd say it even holds up to modern day standards. I mean, like, listen, like even modern cars I've been in creak more than this thing. It's all really well built in here. And everything is, I guess you'd say, ergonomic. Everything's exactly where you want it to be. Everything feels great. The armrest is awesome because you rest your arm, you can shift. Just super comfortable. The whole car is really comfortable. I will say the biggest complaint about this interior is this damn cup holder. This thing is a piece of crap, dude. Like, you can't fit anything in here. Either the drink is too big or it's too small, so it's just so top heavy. It doesn't make any sense. I think somebody that makes like coffee cups specifically for the B5 S4, I think that's an untapped market. You have some more cup holders here, but yeah, that's not fitting anything either. But overall, the interior quality is just really well done. It's so simple. Everything is so easy and just where you want it to be. I will say the back seats are not the best. I've had bigger people in here and they do not like back seats. But, you know, that's for your passengers. You know, that's their problem. So driving the car feels really good. Yeah, I know it looks goofy. It feels as goofy as it looks, okay? But this is the setup for now. So going on to the next 3 things I love about this car, we have to go for a drive. Going on to the third thing I love about the B5 S4, has to be the engine. The 2.7 bi-turbo motor is amazing. Stop yelling at me. Usually when you hear twin turbo, you don't really think it's gonna sound too good because a lot of twin turbos don't. But this thing sounds amazing. I love the way it sounds. And it feels really nice. It has a really good amount of torque. I feel like the numbers on the car, the 250 horsepower and the 258 torque, doesn't tell the full story. But it is just a pleasure to drive this car. This motor is really awesome. I think that might have been an F80 M3 in front of us, having some fun. Can't tell if that's an M3 or not. I think it's an F80 though. But yeah, dude, this car is pretty fun. The motor just it's just an impressive motor, and seeing what people can do with it, the tuning capabilities of it, just the robustness of it is just really, really cool. And it's so cool to think you have 2 turbos in a sedan. Sorry, I'm not really talking that well because I'm trying to focus here, and this is having fun right now. Not catching up to that BMW. I don't want to try either, just because these roads are pretty populated. But yeah, the motor's great. Actually, I think that is a G80. Yeah, that guy's running from us. We're not catching up to him. This car is super understeer, as you can imagine. That Audi understeer. So this car is bone stock except a catback and some ECS tuning coilovers that I just put on. Still trying to get the suspension down, the dampening down, as you can imagine. All the bumps here, boom, like that. Still not completely dialed in. But yeah. Anyways, damn, oh my god, dude, I'm supposed to be talking about 5 things I love. Anyways, the third one was the motor. The 4th thing I have to say about this car is I think the Quattro system is amazing. Like, there is just so much levels of grip, especially in the snow. I live up here in Alaska, so all-wheel drive is essential. And even though we didn't get that much snow this year, it handled great. And every time there was snow on the ground, it's like you cannot pick a better car than a Quattro system. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It feels so great. I'll run some clips right now of it just in the snow. If you're in an all-weather kind of situation, you really can't beat Quattro. And I've had many Subarus, STIs and stuff, and the symmetrical all-wheel drive system is kick-ass, but the Quattro is better. Like, you can feel it. You can feel all the mechanics underneath the car trying to work with you. I mean, it's night and freaking day, dude. Like, you just feel all of it working just for your benefit, you know? And that's why the engine's so far off the front axle, is because I'm trying to find this BMW. Where'd the BMW go? Ah, man. Anyways, that was fun. Thing I love about this car is the way it makes you become a better mechanic. And I know that sounds like such a goofy thing to say, but it really does. It really forces the best and worst out of you. This car is not cheap to maintain if you're planning on taking it to a dealership or even another independent shop. Things break on this car often. I've already, in my ownership, my small ownership, I've already gone through 2 axles, both front axles. So it's something's always usually going wrong with it, and it just forces you to get better. When I did the coilovers, that was my first time doing coilovers, you know, by myself. And I guess that could have been any other car, but the suspension was going on this car. Again, another thing that was breaking. So that was another thing I had to do. And it just brings like more confidence out of yourself, because of the reputation the car has of being hard to work on and it just being difficult, things breaking a lot. It makes you braver, you know, as an owner. So it's like future projects I want down the line that also have reliability issues, I feel a little bit more confident because I can say, you know, I've put miles and I've fixed, you know, parts on my B5 S4, you know what I mean? It kind of gives you a little bit more confidence. So I'd say that sums up, you know, the 5 things I love about this car. And I think now is a good time to go into the one thing I hate about the car and possibly why I might be selling it soon. I love this park. This park is a really, really nice park. Pop, pop, pop. I love that. I love the exhaust. So the one thing I hate about my B5 S4 and the reason why I might be selling it soon, and just to give you a reference, I'm judging it how it is. It is an OEM B5 S4. This is not a stage 3. I'm not judging on what it could be if with a little bit more money and time. I'm judging it how it is. Just coilovers and cat back on it. That being said, I think the car is pretty boring. You can have fun with it just like you just saw in the little POV we just did. But to me, it feels uncomfortable at the limit in its base form. 250 horsepower is not a whole lot for a 3,600 pound car, 3,500 pound car, around that area. Granted, you know, it feels like it's making 270, you know, around that area. Feels, the numbers don't tell the full story, but it's still not that fun. The brakes are not it. I mean, for the weight of the car, I mean, you probably saw in that POV, really trying to fight the front end. It's just not really my driving characteristic, I don't think, with the engine so far over the front axle. I've driven newer Audis, S5 and stuff, and I prefer that a bit more. I think they got a little bit better with the chassis as the years went on with Audi. Again, I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, but at the limit, when you're trying to do spirited driving, it is just not it for me. It lacks communication. It lacks just overall excitement and overall passion, not like my STI and the Ferrari I've driven, you know what I mean? I've been in Hondas that deliver more passion than this, you know what I mean? It's a great daily, and it's been a fantastic daily. I cannot discount it for that. It's been a great daily, and that's why I bought the car, was to be a daily, so I can't get that mad at it. But at the limit, when you are trying to have fun, for me, it's just not really done it. It just doesn't communicate with me. I don't really get along with the driving characteristics of the car. But again, that might be my fault, you know what I mean? A lot of you out there might think a stock B5 S4 is the greatest thing in the world, and I know with modifications, it can become so much more. I've driven stage 3, 500 horsepower S4s, and they are a blast, but you have to put so much money into them to get them to an exciting point. But as a daily, I think it's great, and I think if you're planning on tuning the car and you're planning on doing things to the car, I think it's really good. I think it can become good, but I'm not willing to put the love and effort into it, the money that's required to make it that good. So in its current state, I think it might be on the chopping block. Anyways, I think that's enough for me. I think I'm gonna go take a walk, man. I'm out here in a t-shirt in freaking April in Alaska. Absolutely crazy. It's so beautiful out here. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the 5 things I love and the 1 thing I hate about my B5 S4. Hopefully, you know, that tells you something if you're looking into buying one. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Give me some feedback in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. But again, I still love the B5 S4. I love Audi as a brand. I've had like 3 of them now. If I get rid of this thing, I'm probably gonna get another one in a year. So I love Audi. But anyways, that was my video on it. Let me know. Let's talk in the comments and subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. See you later.